Joining us next is a chef who's redefining the art of outdoor cooking. She's the brilliant mind behind the Little Gem Kitchen, where she crafts incredible California style sourdough pizza and hosts unforgettable live fire dining experiences. Please welcome the incredibly talented Chef Jenny Messing. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, thank you. Well, that was a nice intro.
Of course. Thank you so much for being here today.
Of course.
So, I want to talk about, everything. I love your page. Your food is like next level incredible. You're
Thank
so
you.
talented. Of
Thank
course.
you.
Let's talk about, how you grew up.
So I grew up in Southern California. I've kind of lived in an 80-mile radius my whole life between Orange County and San Diego County. I've always been, let's see, I was born in Orange County, but I've always been kind of back and forth since my parents split up. But I've lived now in San Clemente, California for about 20 years now. So I grew up with a big family. I have six siblings, actually nine, including my step. So, yeah, that kind of like we ate a lot of pizza because it was inexpensive and easy. But yeah, just grew up with a lot of people, a lot of cooking. My dad was always really into cooking. His mom was really into cooking. So, I think that's kind of what got me started in my career, but my career didn't start in cooking. I actually had a whole different career up until about 10 years ago. So, um but yeah, grew up at the beach, surfing, did a lot of snowboarding in my younger years. Still love to do those sports, but yeah, just basically kind of that Southern California lifestyle, if you will. Yeah.
Yeah,
A
absolutely.
lot of
So,
time outdoors.
no, that's so wonderful. So, take me through where your life and your career kind of took you before food.
Okay, so I let's think about this. Okay, so I ended up dropping out of high school. It just wasn't really for me. I probably had some kind of ADHD or who knows. I don't know. Just wasn't for me. So I started working at a surf shop probably when I was like 17 or 18. From there, I got really into snowboarding. I started working for one of the snowboard sales reps, and that just kind of got me jobs. So I ended up working in the action sports industry for a long time, doing sales. And then eventually, kind of my last job there was in marketing for Oakley. I did women's marketing, and there was just a point where I wasn't happy with what I was doing anymore, and I always loved cooking, I always loved entertaining. So I kind of on the side started this little supper club where I would just, charge if it like people would buy tickets and come and eat at my house. And
Hmm.
from there, people started asking me to do catering, like friends, just doing little parties here and there. And then I finally got up the nerve to just kind of quit my job and take on doing food full time. So yeah, that's kind of where I got started. But I really do owe it all to friends, like friends kind of they were the people that hired me, referred me. Yeah, that's really where it all started. And I tried to get out of it. I tried to go back and get jobs kind of in the real world jobs. Not that this isn't, but sometimes it feels like an event because it's a passion too.
Yeah, it's
But
fun.
yeah, it's fun. And it's just yeah, so that's kind of how I got started in cooking. I wasn't happy with what I was doing, so I was like, I gotta do something. I'm finally gonna follow my passion and I'm just gonna do something that really makes me happy.
Very cool. So, will you take me through the concept of the Little Gem Kitchen?
Absolutely. So I'm a small catering company. I run my catering company out of a kitchen in San Clemente. I'm actually sitting in like this, if you could see all around me, it's like golf clothes all around me right now.
Yeah.
But the company that works in the building now is Sunday Red. Anyways, used to be Stamp Sock. Anyway, so I rent a kitchen out of here, but I do a lot of, yeah, my catering is just really fresh, kind of California style food. I do a lot of pizza pop-ups is just kind of part of my catering, but it's really kind of taking over. I would say like 75% of what I do now is pizza catering, which is awesome. I love it. If I could do 100%, that would be great. Like, because it's just so fun for me. And Everyone loves pizza. It's always such a happy event when it's pizza. Not that it isn't with other food. I mean, people love food in general, but it's just something different and it's just something special. So, pizza, and then I do some live fire cooking, but it's really, yeah, most of my events are based outdoors. We'll set up a pop-up kitchen in the middle of the desert sometimes, and we have to feed people, out of this pop-up kitchen for days at a time for certain
Wow.
events for one company that we work with. But yeah, just a lot of fresh California cuisine made outdoors.
So, so cool. I want to talk about pizza, and
Okay.
your pizza looks next level. And
Thank
I
you.
know that, you grew up on pizza, but how did you craft your pizza recipe? Like, and of course, sourdough, which is my favorite topping, or not topping, topic of all time.
Okay, so my sourdough started during COVID. So I've always kind of made sour.
We'll talk about the sourdough pizza.
Okay, so during COVID, right before COVID started, I had just started a new job as an executive chef for this appliance company. But the showroom that I was working out of course, got shut down during COVID. So I was making bread and making pizza kits and
Mhm.
delivering them during COVID. And it was crazy. I started making pizza dough out of my sourdough, bread dough,
Yeah.
and I would just sell that with some sauce and some cheese, and it was crazy. I mean, I would like wake up at 3 in the morning, I would bake bread, package all the dough, and then go out and deliver it. My husband would help me deliver it. So that's
Wow.
kind of where yeah, it was so fun. And people just, you know, COVID was during that time, everyone just wanted something to make them feel good and make them feel kind of normal because it was such
Yeah.
an abnormal time. And I don't know, these pizza kits, just everyone loved them because it was something that they could all do as a family, and it just felt good. It felt safe. It felt like homely. So that's kind of where it started, was with those pizza kits. And then, we were always just big pizza party people. Me and my husband, on Friday nights, we'd have people over to make pizza, literally like almost every Friday night. And then, I guess, speed up a little bit to a few years back, somebody gifted me a Gozney.
Mhm.
So that really just changed everything. Before, I was making pizzas like in my grill outside. That was kind of always my option because I could get the highest heat in a grill outside, and we would always just kind of rig it to make it work okay. But
Mhm.
when I got a Gozney dome, it changed everything for me. And I was already doing catering and whatnot, but again, I just like really got into making pizza out of the Gozney ovens. And finally, I was like, what am I doing? I'm going to add pizza to my catering. Like, why not? Everyone loves this. I got good feedback on my pizza dough, the sourdough dough.
Yeah.
So I bought a couple Arcs ovens, and I just started doing pizza catering. It really hasn't been that long. It's only been about a year and a half since I've been doing pizza catering, but it's going really well. And it's just something, again, that I really love to do. So work is work. It's always hard, and I'm passionate about what I do, but it brings so much joy to people that I just love doing it. Hopefully I answered that right.
Yeah,
Or yeah.
you absolutely answered it right. Let's talk about the types of pizzas you make, and I wanna hear a little bit about your menu, like what you offer to people.
Okay, so I make, it's always sourdough crust. I do seasonal pizzas, and they're pretty much based around, I have the typical pepperoni. I do like a chorizo,
Mm.
um, and pesto are kind of I always have the staples, but other than that, it's all really seasonal. So it's me we have this great little farm in one town over from me called the Ecology Center. And it's really about just shopping and kind of using whatever is in season. And I'll craft pizzas out of that. So I have my staples, but other than that, everything kind of changes. Like every time I send out a menu to a new client that wants to do a pizza party, there's always new stuff on there because I try and just stick with what is local, what is seasonal. what's gonna be really pretty. Like, I like to make really pretty food. So
Yeah.
any kind of garnishes or any veg that's really colorful and bright, I like to use on my pizzas. But yeah, we make everything from scratch. The sauces, of course. So that's my pizzas. And then I always offer like salads, and I do a lot of pasta and stuff you know, with my pizza catering. But that's what I do.
Very cool. Now, do you have one that's a seasonal one that you're like, "This is my favorite of all favorites?"
My favorite of all favorites, you know what? The favorite of all favorite pizzas that I make is a barbecue chicken pizza, but I make like a Carolina Gold style barbecue sauce instead of the traditional. So it's a little
Mm.
more tangy than sweet. It's mustard based. So I guess that's not really seasonal, but honestly, that's like everyone's favorite pizza that I make. So it's a yellow, mustard-based barbecue sauce. I use some fontina. I do some smoked chicken on there, some red onion, some bacon bits, and then I finish it with a little more barbecue sauce and some fresh cilantro. And I feel like that's everyone's favorite every time. So maybe not seasonal, but that would be probably one of my best selling pizzas, if you will.
Yeah, that one sounds so good.
It's yummy. It's because it's not sweet. Like, I don't really like the super sweet barbecue sauce. It's a little more tangy. But yeah, I'm trying to think. All my seasonal pizzas change so much that it's hard for me to pin down one. Yeah.
That's very, very cool. I will tell you, I really love that you do pesto. I was just in Italy in the fall and we were in Cinque Terre, and so that's
Okay.
sort of his pesto land. And I love pesto on pizza. And we did a podcast at a pizzeria there, and he was like, "This is the magic nectar, is this pesto." So that's to me just an amazing type of pizza to do.
Yes, you know what? And that's probably my second best pizza is the pesto chorizo. Just
Mm.
pesto, some Spanish style chorizo and fontina, and then sometimes I'll put some hot honey on it. But that's another one that everyone loves, that pesto pizza. And speaking of Italy, I'm leaving on Sunday to go to Italy for 2 weeks. So I'm very
Oh,
excited. I
that's
know.
incredible. Where are you going?
Yes. I'm bringing my son, my older son. He turns 21 on the day that we leave.
Mhm.
So we're flying into Rome. We're doing Rome, Naples, Florence, Milan, and then we'll go back to Rome and go home from there. So
Oh, that sounds like such a nice trip.
thank you. Very excited.
Yeah, very cool. We try to go to Italy. I mean, during COVID, we didn't go, but we try to go like once a year, maybe twice a year, usually
Okay.
during the month of October. And, my dad goes because we have a family pizzeria that's been open for 65
Hmm.
years. He's always like, how
It's
can he
amazing.
find more recipes and inspiration? Sorry, did you ask
Yeah.
what the name was?
No, I said that's amazing. I listened to one of your podcasts where you spoke about it. So very cool.
Yeah, so it's nice to go there and get, like, I think inspiration for just different
Hmm.
types of ingredients and regions and food there.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so excited. I went to Italy on my honeymoon about 12 years ago, but I wasn't into food.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you've grown such a big presence being, a chef and doing these pop-ups just in a few short years. That's okay. No, I just was saying that in a few short years, you've really been able to grow such an incredible presence online with what you've been doing with your food and your pop-ups and your catering.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, again, and it all goes back. I mean, I it all goes back to my friends, honestly, like and them just kind of helping me out, hiring me. I still have a lot of friends that work in this industry that I used to work in. Kind of like this action sports industry. So they hire me to do sales meetings and kind of bigger events, but I really owe it to them for hiring me and referring me. And that's kind of how I built it, honestly. Just yeah, always just trying to show up and do a good job and make good food. I would say that my food isn't anything crazy. I just make sure it's always fresh and made from scratch and really good ingredients.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's so beautiful.
Thank
So,
you.
sure, tell me the thing that you love the most about making food and pizza for people.
Oh, man, the thing that I love the most is that it just for me, when you feed somebody good food, they're always happy. And like spreading that kind of joy to people, just really, I always get emotional when I talk about it because
Yeah.
that's what feeds my soul, I guess. Like it makes me so happy to see other people, enjoying this food. And with pizza, it's just something that's so simple and so humble, but it's kind of, we all grew up on pizza. So it's a little bit of nostalgia for everyone, but it's just so good. And no matter where you're at, like income level wise or whatever, everyone can typically afford a good pizza to eat pizza. It's just something for everyone. And I guess that's what I love the most about it is, yeah, it's for everyone and everyone loves it and everyone's happy when they're eating pizza. And that's what makes my job so great is I get to just spread a little joy through food, and that's what makes me happy.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. So, what does the future look like for you?
Man, well, that's a loaded question. You know what? I don't right now. I've had people that have wanted to kind of invest in me and help me grow my business one way or the other, but whenever I go there, I get excited about it, but then I start to think, but if I get any bigger, like it's not me making the food. Like I feel like I'm going to get detached from it, and that's what makes me happy. Like, as hard as it is, it's a hustle because I mean, I pretty much make all the food that goes out. I have a couple people that help me here and there, but I think I will always just be a small business, and it's always going to be me that you see making your food and, showing up at the pizza pop-ups because ultimately that's what I like to do. I like to stay connected to it. I want people to see me when we show up for an event. I feel like it just wouldn't be who I am any other way. So, yeah, I think the future is probably going to be a little bit of the same. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing until I can't do it anymore, I guess.
That's so cool. I mean, the thing that I really love about you and what you're doing is it reminds me so much of the people that own businesses in Italy, and they're so proud to be there every day and to
Mhm.
serve this incredible food and to give people these experiences. And there's something that's so special and so unique about that.
Yeah, I think that you really have to love what you're doing because it's a lot of work, and you go to those small pizzerias and it's the mom and pops, it's the family running it, and it's definitely a grind, but it I guess I just don't even really need any more than that. That makes me happy, and I know, and it makes all those other people happy that are kind of doing the same thing. So I feel lucky that I get to do what I get to do and kind of make a living this way.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Guys, I want you to go and follow her. She's at the Little Gem Kitchen. Also, please go follow Chef Jenny Messing on Instagram. And Jenny, thank you so much for being a guest on the podcast. I've really enjoyed talking with you. I love your story and absolutely love your food. And I'm trying to figure out how to get to California so I can like somehow connect with you.
Of course. Well, let's do it. Let's figure it out. Thank you so much for having me on.